The original cast from the 1984 classic reprises their roles in the sequel, along with some new faces as well. You also have Wilhelm von Homburg, who plays the villain in this movie, Prince Vigo, with Peter MacNicol, who plays Dr. Janos Pohar. And the film opens 5 years later, and you see a crack in the ground, and pink oozing slime is coming from it. And you see there's a wheel from a pushchair or a baby buggy going through it. And then you see it's Dana with her new baby Oscar. And they're just walking along the street, and Dana just pulls up to talk with someone. The pram goes, it moves slightly on its own. She looks at Oscar, and then suddenly it starts going madly down the street, and Dana goes chasing after it. And then it comes to an abrupt stop, just as a big coach or bus is just going by. And then, of course, the intro to Ghostbusters comes up. And basically in this one, the Ghostbusters is out of business. And then the next scene you see Ray and Winston, with their Ghostbuster gear on, in the Ecto 1. But because they're out of business, they're doing kids' birthday parties, trying to get a bit of money. And so that's them doing that. Then you have Peter Venkman, who's doing a TV show called World of Psychic, I believe that's what it's called. And Ray also has a bookstore called Ray's Occult Books. Anyway, with the mishap with what went on with the carriage going along the street and stuff, Dana goes to Egon, who's working in a science lab. And so she goes to him and asks him for his help, along with some of the other Ghostbusters as well. And then we go to Ray's Occult Bookstore, where Peter gets out of Ray that it's Dana Barrett, his ex or his girlfriend from the previous film. And so they gear up, they examine the baby, with the new meter they got in this one called the Geiger meter and the PKE meter. In this movie, Dan Aykroyd's Raymond Stans used the PKE meter in this one. But they search around the apartment built, Dana's apartment, and there's no ectoplasmic evidence in the apartment. So they go outside and check the street. Then it's there where they say, or Ray says, I've got 1118 on the PKE and there's something brewing under the street. And so I think the next night they dig down, and Ray has to go down the hole to see what he can find. And they come across a big, I think it's an old underground train station, which is where the pink river of slime is flowing through. And just after this, I also forgot to mention a little earlier, you see Dana at work at the Manhattan Museum of Art with her boss, Dr. Janos Pohar, and the portrait of Vigo that's coming up from storage apparently. And now back to the bit in the street where Ray is underground. He goes down to get a sample of the slime to test and analyse. And as he's about to come back up again, as the other Ghostbusters are gonna pull him up, there's like a real thin skeletonal hand that comes up to try and grab him and pull him down. But he escapes before he can do that, and it's an electrical surge thing that makes the whole street go black. and and of course during these scenes, Dr. Janos Pohar also gets possessed by the spirit of Vigo. I think he's doing some work on the portrait, and then he falls down with lightning coming through the point at the paintbrush. He falls down these steps, and then he hears the voices, listen to me. I, Vigo, the scourge of Carpathia, the sorrow of Moldavia, command you. And then Janos would say, command me, Lord. Then back to Vigo, he would say, on the mountain of skulls in the castle of pain, I sat on the throne of blood. What was will be, what is will be no more. Now is the season of evil. And then he'll have like lightning going through his eyes into Janos's, which then possesses Dr. Janos Pohar. And so back to the scene after the whole street goes dark. Janos has gone to Dana Barrett's apartment to see if she's okay because of the blackness and stuff, and he wants to see the baby, and Dana says he's sleeping, and so gets Janos to leave. And as she closes the door and locks the door again, Janos's eyes sort of like a light bulb shine brightly as he's walking down the hallway. Really chilling part of in this film, but very, very, very good. And of course, after the scene when they're digging up the street and Ray comes down and stuff, they get arrested because they're maybe digging up the wrong side of the street to do with telephone cables or something. That's the plot they use to be able to dig up the street. And so they get arrested, and the next part is actually my favourite part in the entire film. They are in court, they have their equipment on a table, their proton packs, ghost traps, PKE meters, you name it. And they also have the evidence, or the evidence in a jar, so it's a jar of slime in a jar. So the case begins, and the judge, as his voice gets higher and louder, the slime starts to bubble, and Ray says she's twitching, and then the judge says, "I'm not finished," and then eventually the slime gets so much higher in the jar, and eventually it blows. And then you see two ghosts coming out from it in electric chairs, like lightning going through them as well. And they are the Scaleri brothers, which are there to get revenge on the judge that sentenced them to death. And of course, this is what brings the Ghostbusters back into action again. The judge says, case dismissed. Then the Ghostbusters puts on their packs again and capture the Scaleri brothers. Now this part actually goes to show that actually you can be Ghostbusters without having the actual Ghostbusters overalls on. Like they are actually just wearing their suits because they're being in a courtroom. So they just got bung on their equipment and started busting these Scaleri brothers. And this is my favourite scene in the entire movie, because when I was a kid, growing up, watching this movie when I was a kid growing up, and I had the old Kenner toys that I mentioned in the previous review. I reenacted this scene, so I would have like a table with the proton pack on it from Kenner's Real Ghostbusters toy pack on a table, and I reenact so that when they pick it up and put it on to fight the Scaleri brothers, I'd reenact it and have a lot of fun with that. But yeah, so this brings the Ghostbusters back in action and puts them back into business. Then you see a montage of, you know, them going around the city busting ghosts, and just, you know, just a scene just showing that they're back in business. And so I think that is as far as I'll go with the actual plot of the film. But this movie, guys, this one is my absolute favourite up to the second one. Maybe because I just got a lot more out of it. I don't know if it was with the elements of the River of Slime or the Scoleri brothers and the courtroom scene, but this one touched me in a lot more, in a much more special way than the first one did. And I guess also it was because I was 5 years old in 1989 when this movie was released. And I'll just speak about some of my favourite scenes in the film. My absolute first favourite one, as I mentioned a little earlier, is the Scoleri brothers scene in the courtroom. And when the Statue of Liberty, excuse me, when the Statue of Liberty, they go to Liberty Island and they use the slime blowers to you know, use the mood slime to get Lady Liberty to walk. Now, I guess it pays homage to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from the original film, but having something different, having the Statue of Liberty coming down the street was kind of epic. I really enjoyed that. Then, you know, they take the statue through to the Manhattan Museum of Art, where, of course, the plot is that if Vigo is to inhabit the body of a child to be able to live again, and it's up to the Ghostbusters to stop him from doing it and save the day. So they go to the Manhattan Museum of Art, and the Statue of Liberty uses the torch to, you know, go through the roof of the museum, and then the Ghostbusters uses like you know, wires to come down through the museum. And also, at this point, Janosch is there, you know, in the way of the Ghostbusters. So Peter says to Ray and the guys that got the slime blowers to hose him. So then Janosch gets hosed by the Ghostbusters. I think Peter McNichol on an interview once said they had to be hosed 6 times. I could be wrong there. But that's in the making of the movie. And so once he was down, once he was down, they was able to, you know, fight Vigo. And the final scenes in this film while battling Vigo are really cool. I mean, the makeup effects they use on the actor Wilhelm von Homburg, you know, to get more demonic and stuff. As outside the museum you have all people singing Auld Lang Syne, and it's the singing that makes Vigo I guess more demonic and mad. But absolute favourite movie, guys. I'll just show you a little bit about the Blu-ray here. You can get another Blu-ray version of this with like pop-out artwork. I think on that version you have like the River of Slime on it, which goes across the two, you know, the two sides of the steelbook. But I got the first one. That's the I like the blue on the front there, and on the back you have like the original artwork for the DVD and the poster as well, which is the 4 Ghostbusters, 2 of them with slime blowers, and the other 2 with the proton pack. So just inside we have the Blu-ray disc, really nice blue disc just there. This is all region, by the way, so that if you go into America or you live in the States and you want to buy this edition, it plays in the US. And here is the Ecto 1 pictured inside, which is from the beginning of the film, because during the film the car has like, the car gets revamped as well. because it has the Ghostbusters 2 logo fitted and becomes the Ecto 1A. But this was my review on my thoughts of Ghostbusters 2 and my overall favourite parts of the film as well. And I think now to end off this review, I'm going to show you the rest of my Ghostbusters collection. Here we have the Real Ghostbusters Complete DVD Collection box set. I still have this one currently downstairs as I've been re-watching the series, which I've actually watched every single episode again now. But really cool box set. Love this. You've got like Ecto 1 coming out the doors there, but very cool. The only disc left to watch of this one during rewatching the set is the bonus disc, which is exclusive to this set. And now we'll go upstairs. Here are my other Ghostbusters DVDs all together, along with the first Blu-ray I reviewed last time. I did forget to mention in the review that in the Ghostbusters 2 one they have some pretty cool deleted scenes and a special feature around table discussion with Ivan Reitman and Dan Aykroyd. And this is the volume 1 of Extreme Ghostbusters. And just over here we have, it's a bit dark over there, but over there I have a tub of green ectoplasm. It's a bit dark over there, sorry guys. We have a vinyl figure of the Ecto 1. My empty box of Twinkies, because it's Ghostbusters related, just had to keep it. There I have my PK meter box with the prop on the outside just there. On the top here we have some 2 issues of the IDW Ghostbusters graphic novels. Ghostbusters 1 and 2, the motion picture soundtracks. Ghostbusters, the Ultimate Visual History book, which I've also done a video on my channel guys, so please be sure to check that out. And we also have my Ghostbusters posters for the first film, for the second film, and at the bottom we of course have Vigo the Carpathian. So yeah. So this is it guys, my Ghostbusters movie reviews and discussion videos. But until my next video, goodbye, and of course, take care guys.